Hi guys, you welcome back to my channel. Back to 2025 Jamb likely question, but I'll be picking a particular question under the 2024 number 38. So don't forget that we have embarked on this year Jamb likely questions, which have deposited 2 more videos on this. Now back to this now. As a student, how do you determine the board angle of a particular compound? It is very simple. Quickly come, let me show you what to call about dative covalent bond. And if you have to look at what dative covalent entails, then you should have a knowledge on how to determine the shapes of any molecules given. Don't forget that for every molecule, how do we determine it? There's what we call VSEPR theory. VSPR theory states that it can easily predict the shapes of molecules and polyatomic molecules or ions. Exactly now. So guys, what does this particular thing means? We have valence shell, electron. This P means pair, and here we have call it repulsion. So valence shell electron pair repulsion highlight how to predict the shapes of any molecules given to us. Exactly. So quickly come back to this now. They said the bond angle in methane is what? 90 degree. Mind you, is as a student, if you have 90 degree, a good example of this 90 degree, don't forget, before we move on, we call this a trigonal bipyramidal. And what is that example of this trigonal bipyramidal of this 90 degree? Don't forget that chemistry core will not come to just pick answer without explaining. So now we are going to explain each of the options we have there. So we are starting with 90 degree. So which is what? Trigonal bipyramidal. Example of this, we call it phosphorus pentachloride, which is what? PCl5. So with this phosphorus here will be the central atom, P, and this chlorine we have 5. So in case you come across either phosphorus pentachloride or phosphorus pentafluoride, they are good example of this. Exactly now. So you can have this Cl, 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 Cl. You can decide to put another word Cl here, which shows that phosphorus pentachloride is a good example of what? Trigonal bipyramidal. So guys, 109.5. Don't forget that we have to make use of each of these bond angle here to determine the compound at which they suit in for. Exactly. So we have 109.5. This is called tetrahedral. Exactly now, tetrahedral. And a good example of this tetrahedral is that methane, which we are asked to look for the bond angle. So guys, let's pick. We have CH4. The carbon will be the central atom. We have H. We have H. We have H here. We also have what? H here. So if you have to look at this now, this represents a tetrahedral, which is what? 109.5. So the answer is B. But I'm not going to stop here. I'm going to show you guys the beauty of how you can easily determine the 180 degree and the compound that suits in for that, as well as 180 degree, the compound that suits in for that. So quickly come. So we have 180 degree. So this is called trigonal planar. What did I call it? Trigonal what? Planar. So example of that is boron trichloride. So we have this, or we can use beryllium trichloride. We have this. So anyone you want to use. So but let's make use of this boron trichloride. We have B, Cl, Cl, and now what? Cl. Is that clear now? So this shows what? A good example of trigonal planar. The last one is 180. We all know that in mathematics, 180 is always in linear shape. Linear what? Shape. And a good example of that 180 is beryllium chloride, which is what? BeCl2. So this beryllium will be the central atom. So we have BE, CL is here, CL is here. Don't forget this. So and this. So we have 180 degrees. Exactly now. The last but not the least, with this valence shell pair repulsion theory, one states that if we have water, what is the shape of water? Water is either classified as V shape or classified as angular shape, and water, the born angle of water is 105 degree, while in some cases if you come across 104.5 or 104.6789, you can pick your answer. Don't forget the shape of water, which is what? Angular or V shape. And guys, don't forget the fact that I explained the concept of valence shell electron pair repulsion theory that states that we are to alight, it shows us on how to alight the shapes of molecules as well as the polyatomic ions or molecules. So guys, don't forget to subscribe to my channel, like, drop any question you are finding difficulties in the comment box. Thanks.